Hello everybody, Slim Kirby here, and welcome to my new Let's Play. A game by HAL Laboratory. Let's play Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards. Hello everybody, Slim Kirby here, and I will be your host for this grand adventure. That's right, I am finally doing another Kirby game. And let me delete this file. Spoiler, that old file was actually my practice attempt at trying to start this Let's Play. That's right, folks, even experienced Let's Players like myself don't always get it on the first try. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And no, we do not need this explained to us. So yeah, this is Kirby 64. The basic story of this game is the Dark Matter, which attacked Dreamland in Kirby's Dream Land 2 and 3, has actually come back, and it attacked the planet of Ripplestar, causing this little fairy chick named Ribbon to go out through the galaxy and look for help, and she found Kirby, so Kirby is going to help her with her problems. And on the way, we have to collect crystal shards, so I'll get more into that later. So let's go ahead and get started with level 1 Popstar. Each level has approximately 4 or 5 levels each. So for this particular planet, there are only 4 levels. It kind of gets you used to the controls of the game. These are some pretty easy and basic levels after all. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this first level. So yeah, this game works like any other Kirby game would. It's a platformer. You can run, you can jump, and you can also use Kirby's float ability to fly around. This is also one of the few games where you can't actually fly with Kirby indefinitely. If you fly for too long, Kirby will actually start falling, and then he'll just immediately fall after a few seconds. As usual, you fight by swallowing enemies, like so, and you can actually spit them out using the B button, or you can also take them out and carry them above your head. When you carry enemies above your head, sometimes different things will happen, or you can just, throw them away like this. But as you guys know, one of Kirby's main features, aside from swallowing things, besides getting hit by a giant fireball, is... let's see if I can actually make the guy respawn. Okay, there we go. If you actually swallow certain enemies, you can gain an ability. We swallowed a fire enemy, so we can use the Fireball ability, which is pretty useful. Now, one of the main things about this game is you can actually combine powers by, lifting the power above your head. You can also just, spit the enemy back at another enemy as well. But let's see, we can combine fire and fire together to get a giant, huge fireball, which is basically an upgraded version of the normal power-up. And not only can you do that, you can also combine, certain powers with other powers. So, let's get this fire guy and combine it with Needle. I don't know if I can actually hit this guy or not when he's in this form. I'll go ahead and wait until he... screw it. Okay, there. If we get Fire and Needle, we get an ability that kind of uses both, and we have an Fire Arrow, which is actually pretty cool. So yeah, there are a lot of different abilities in this game, and I'm going to try to show them all off. I don't know if I'll actually be able to show them all off in one playthrough, but if I don't, I'll definitely show off all of the abilities by themselves in an extra video, so do not worry about that. If we combine Fire and Cutter, we actually get a Fire Sword, which is probably one of my most favorite power-ups in the entire game. It's a very good melee weapon, and you can also use it like this to destroy all enemies from above. So yeah, very useful power-up. It's probably not my most favorite, but it is definitely up there. Okay, I'll go ahead and throw this away for a little while. We've probably seen enough of this. I do love that power-up, though, so let's get Cutter, and let's see what the next ability is. None of these guys, unfortunately, don't have power-ups. Okay, let me go back a little bit. Or actually, no, I'll rock Solo Cutter for a little while. I know that I could have gotten Double Cutter right there, but I will actually be showing off Double Cutter very soon, since you actually need a Crystal Shard, or you need the power-up to get a Crystal Shard. So that is why I'm not going to worry about showing it off right now. Okay, and yeah, there are Crystal Shards you have to pick up through the course of the game. A lot of them are in pretty easy places to find. Let's get Needle and Cutter, or not. But yeah, you can generally find a lot of the power-ups out, or a lot of the Crystal Shards out in the open. But there are a few shards that you'll need to, like, either pick a certain path to find, or you'll have to have a certain power-up with you, which can get 100%. It can make getting 100% a lot more difficult than you would think, but generally a lot of the shards are pretty fair, so that's just my opinion. So this game really isn't that hard, in my own honest opinion, but it's a fun game. I really do love this game. Probably one of my top favorite N64 games. Okay, I do need Bomb right here, actually, to get this Crystal Shard. So let us grab this. And I'm gonna go back a little bit so I can maybe get Bomb and something else. Bomb and Fire, I think I know what this one is, but... or not, I'll just keep missing like an idiot. Okay, Bomb and... back a little way to get the fire guy to respawn again. Okay, forget it. I'm obviously not doing a very good job with this, so let us just keep moving then. Okay, so these are Maxim tomatoes. They can refill your life, which, you know, it's very nice that they can do that. And you can also find stars throughout the course of levels. If you collect enough stars to fill out the second meter below your life meter, you will actually get a 1-up, so keep that in mind. So here we have Waddle Dee, who is going to get attacked by the dark matter. And this is one of the things the dark matter can do. They can actually possess certain people. So a possessed Waddle Dee will actually turn into a Waddle Doo. So now we have to defeat them and make him come to his senses. If you don't have a power-up, you can just swallow those stars that he drops. But he's a very easy boss. He just tries to run at you, and he'll knock his head on the wall. The invisible wall. There we go, first level completed. One thing I will mention is, for this project, I'm not going to try to make the videos very long. I'm going to try to stick to generally a 15-minute maximum. I'll go over that limit if I have to, like if I started a level and it takes me longer than I figured it would. But I'm going to try to, you know, aim for a 15-minute maximum in these videos. No particular reason, it's just that, you know, I don't want to finish this project too quickly, because I've been finishing a lot of my projects a lot sooner than I've honestly expected. Like, I honestly thought I'd still be doing Donkey Kong Country 2 at this point, but I finished that last week, so so much for that. Okay, so if we have Bomb and Cutter, we get Ninja Star Kirby, which is pretty cool. You can't see the Ninja Stars move forward. They kind of just, you know, move in a straight path, and they lock onto an enemy, they'll just explode the enemy. They could be pretty useful, but, you know, they have their downsides as well, I guess. Because you have to get everything just perfect for the stars to actually hit the enemies. But I do like it, though. Definitely one of my favorite power-ups. But I'm going to go ahead and get something new. Let's get Bomb and Stone. This will give us Dynamite. You throw out a few Dynamite sticks, and make sure you press down on the control pad By the way, this game actually uses the control pad, not the control stick, so keep that in mind. But yeah, whenever you throw a dynamite stick, make sure you actually press down on the control pad. Otherwise, you're going to take damage, because obviously a dynamite explosion is going to be very dangerous, so just be very careful with how you do things, and you should be fine. Well, let's get rid of that again and get a new power-up. This is Spark. Normal Spark is actually pretty weak. It doesn't have a very big, like, attack radius, but the double Spark actually changes that. Let's get... Oh, I got rid of Spark, so never mind. Let's get Needle and... Oh, there's another Spark, okay. If we use Needle and Spark, I believe this is the Lightning Rod. Yes, okay. This is another cool power-up, although it has very limited uses. Obviously, it can only attack from above Kirby, and in some places that might not necessarily be beneficial. Okay, let's grab some stars before I continue. Let's get Bomb Power up. And let us move on to this giant gondola. I think this is what these are called. Yeah, they're called gondolas. They might have another technical name, but I couldn't tell you what it is. Okay, be very observant right here, because there is a crystal shard. It's right down there where the stars are. And you should have enough time to actually fly back upwards before you, obviously fall to your death, but still, be careful. A lot of people have trouble with that one for some reason. Okay, and in this room, actually hug the left and right walls, and you can find a Maximum Tomato and an extra life. And of course, you have these stars right here, too, which actually gave me another extra life. Hooray for that. Ow. But yeah, I actually found it kind of interesting when I first played this game, because it used the control pad instead of the control stick. Obviously, the control pad works better because it's a 2D game, but still... That didn't stop like other games, from my recollection. But here we are. This is actually Adeline. I honestly don't know for sure. A lot of people tell me this is the same person from Kirby's Dream Land 3, whose name is Ado, but I don't know if it is actually supposed to be the same person or not. I mean, I have a feeling that's what they intended. They just gave her a different name. And I don't really know if it's a boy or a girl. It could be either, honestly. I think it's supposed to be a boy, though. Just a very, very fancy boy. But anyway, this is a small little boss fight. Works kind of the same way this guy worked in Kirby's Dream Land 3. He'll paint a bunch of pictures, and they will come alive and attack you. And I have no idea what this thing is supposed to be. It's apparently very inappropriate because it has a sensor over it. I didn't know Adeline was that kind of painter. Oh, the dirty jokes you can make with that. And here's the Ice Dragon. A boss and mini-boss in both Kirby's Dream Land 2 and 3. And here's actually the final boss of Kirby's Dream Land 3, although not as difficult or epic as that boss fight was. It's just a, you know, it's just a painting, so it's not going to be as difficult. And right here, Adeline will try to attack you, but one hit should knock him out. If you don't have a power-up, you can just slide into him. There we go. Level completed. And that will actually do it for this episode of Kirby 64. I know I only got 2 levels done, but I should be able to get a little more done next time. We'll see, though. I may even actually go over the time limit, or not, well, the time limit I set for you guys next time, just to make up for the very, short video this is. And also, here's the end of level game. What you do here is you actually control Kirby in the direction and length of his jump, and you grab whatever Kirby lands on. You can get health restoring items, 1-ups, stars, which can also give you 1-ups, and you can also get that card with the question mark on it. That is actually an enemy collector card. There are, I believe, a total of... sorry, that was my cell phone. I believe there are a total of 90 collector cards. There might be a little less. I don't remember the exact number off the top of my head. But they are basically a collectible you can collect and look at the very end of the game, or while you're going through the game. I will not be collecting all of them in this playthrough, but I will be showing all the collector cards off because I have them all in another file, so don't worry about that. But I am not going to collect them all in this file in particular. But yeah, this has been the first episode of Let's Play Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time for more. So, later, folks.